everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how I lost everything I owned in November of 2021. So last November, the place me and mom were living at was condemned. The whole apartment building was condemned for a roach infestation and structurally unsound building stuff, because in 2018 there had been a fire on one side of the building and they never fixed it. So I want to talk about that day and what it was like for me. So it happened at 10 a.m. and the cops knocked on our door, and mom was at work, and I had called mom 5 seconds before that because I heard them knocking and pounding on people's door telling them to get out. So I called mom, and mom was on the phone, and she told me to open the door, and I opened it, and a cop was yelling at me to get out, and I had 10 minutes to grab what I could and get out because the place was being condemned. And I was crying and saying, I'm autistic, I don't understand what's happening, please talk to my mom, my mom's on the phone, here you go, and trying to hand my phone to them because I was FaceTiming my mom. The cop was not nice at all. He kept yelling at me I have 10 minutes to grab what I can and get out. Would not listen to the fact I was autistic. My mom was trying to yell through the phone that she was on her way there and to just calm down until she gets there because I'm not going to understand. And Beast was behind me, and he was also scared because he didn't understand either. After about 3 minutes of this cop yelling at me and me yelling that I'm autistic, one of our neighbors actually started telling the cop to let them come to me because I need help because I'm autistic, and to wait with me until my mom got there. The cops would not let him do that, and actually threatened to arrest him for trying to come to me. And then one of the county people overheard what the cop was saying to me and what I was saying back to them, and me crying and screaming, I'm autistic, I don't understand, my mom's on her way. And the county person actually got someone, a counselor, to stay with me instead, and the cop was dismissed. So the counselor stayed with me until my mom got home. Somebody from the fire department let mom in and explained to her the situation. So we were giving a clear bag for important things like medication and our wallets and anything that was in our purse. And then we were giving a laundry bag for some clothes. We were not allowed to take anything else. So other than the clothes we were wearing and a couple of clothes that mom grabbed and our phones, we left everything. So once we grabbed the clothes, mom just grabbed whatever she could. So a lot of it was things that didn't fit us or that were old or whatever, because she wasn't really thinking about what she was grabbing. She was just trying to grab things so we would have something. So once we were done grabbing that, we had to go out the long way. We had a back door to our apartment that led into the parking lot, but we weren't allowed to go that way. We had to go through the apartment complex out the front and register with the state people. So we had to tell them our names and what apartment we were in and everything like that. Beast was very good during this whole entire thing. He was listening, he put his gear on, not an issue or anything. And after that, we were sent to the behind the police station of our town. And when we were leaving the building, me and my mom were the last people out of the building. There was news helicopters there, news vans, news people, and that made it so much worse. It was very overwhelming, and it made it so much worse. And then once we got behind the police station, there was multiple county people that came around. One of our neighbors that mom knows really well, that works somewhere that we go all the time, she stayed with me and Beast while mom was making calls to her boss and everything else, explaining why she left work so rapidly and everything that was happening, seeing if there was anything that her job could do to help, and seeing if there was any resources that anyone knew about to help us with this. So we were there for a couple of hours. One of the fire people actually went back into the apartment to get me my Tom Nook. Because he was my favorite stuffed animal in the time. And I still have him. He's in my room. But he had to go through a washer and dryer multiple times just to make sure. Now, the reason why it was condemned was because of the roach infestation and also the structurally unsound thing, and then fire alarms not working and stuff like that. But our apartment, we didn't know any of that, because our apartment, we saw maybe one bug every couple of months, because we would spray a lot to make sure that there weren't there. Because at one point it was really bad, but then we just bug bombed the place and just kept spraying, and they never really came back. But we had an issue with leaks. So what would happen was there was like a pipe that burst or something. So anytime that like someone took a shower upstairs or something, like in another apartment, the water would drip down, and we had tiled ceilings. So our ceilings would actually get so wet that they would fall. So that's what was wrong with our apartment. And there was one time we came home from a vacation. We were gone for a week, and we came home to it pouring water down in one of the places. That was really bad. But yeah, so while we were behind the police station, they had like food trucks and stuff, and everyone was really nice, like super nice. The SPCA was there, and the SPCA actually had someone walk to go get Beast a new dish because I said I forgot it and that he needs water. And the SPCA was just going around helping everyone and anyone that had an animal and whatnot, and making sure the animals were okay. And then a lot of the other people were just from the county, from organizations that were trying to help us get new homes and whatnot. They took everyone's information down. Now, most people were sent to a hotel. When me and Mom went to the hotel that we were told to go to with Beast, they denied us because of Beast. Now, that is illegal because he is a service dog. But they said that we're not on the list without even taking our names or without even seeing who we were or anything else. They said they would not take anyone with an animal. So after fighting with them about the legality stuff and not winning, we got back in the car, and we were very upset, and we didn't know what was going to happen. So Mom ended up calling the people back, and we went back to behind the police station, and the Barrow people actually helped us and found our current landlord that owns the place we currently live in. But for a while, we got to stay in his Airbnb, which was a really nice house. It was very pretty and everything. We stayed there for 2 weeks. We were technically homeless. But during those 2 weeks, a lot of people helped us out. And we got like Meals on Wheels and stuff, but we only took one at one time because that lasted us a week. And then by the next week, Mom was back at work, and we really didn't need it. So we told them to give it to someone else who needed it more. And then a lot of people donated clothes to us. And a lot of people just helped. We got a lot of gift cards and stuff from people that really helped us get groceries and stuff. And because we were in an Airbnb, we could actually cook. So that's another reason why we didn't need the Meals on Wheels. Now, after 2 weeks, we moved to our current place, which is right down the street from from the place we were staying before, which is right down the street from the place that got condemned. We're still in the same general area, which is nice because me being autistic, I still kind of know where I am. And Mom is only 7 minutes away when she works, meaning if there's an emergency, she can come home really fast, and that was one of her biggest things. So, our new landlord is amazing. He's very nice. He even put Beast on the lease, so that I don't even have to worry about it or anything. But we literally lost everything. And what we did with that bag of clothes that we were allowed to bring, we threw it in the storage unit. Because we were just so upset that we didn't even, like, think about anything. So that's in the storage unit still to this day because we haven't even gone through that. Now, afterwards, a couple of days afterwards, we were allowed to go back, we were told, if we made an appointment. So we made an appointment and we went back, but we were only allowed to grab documents and medicine. We weren't allowed to bring anything else. So we quite literally lost everything. We did grab a few personal things because they let us take small things. We were not allowed to bring any electronics other than our phones. No electronics. And when I was there at that apartment, I had spent over $2,000 in electronics because I had a Nintendo Switch, I had a PlayStation 4, I had a gaming computer that was worth $2,000. We had so much. I had a GameCube. Mom had this really old device that I don't even know what it's called. We had so much there. And then also, just not the electronics, it's like just all of our other stuff, all of our clothes we had to leave behind, all of Beast's clothes, all of his bandanas, all of his shirts, everything. It's like, we lost everything. The only things we grabbed were things from people who had died that were sentimental to us. And then Mom grabbed pictures from when I was in foster care. Me and my siblings were in foster care from visits. And that's it. Everything else was left. So it was very difficult. And Beast didn't even want to go back into the apartment. He was very upset and he just stayed in the car. It's part of the reason why he stopped working for a while. He just started working last month again because it took him 5 months to recover from it. And he's still very iffy, and I don't know how much longer he'll be able to be a service dog because of this. It really increased his anxiety as well. He now is unsure of going in the car sometimes. There are times where he doesn't want to go anywhere, and I don't push him to. I just tell him it's okay and leave him at home. So I think in the next 2 years, 2 or 3 years, he won't be a service dog anymore. He'll just be an emotional support dog, which is fine because I'm not going to force him to do something he doesn't want to do. But it really messed with me, Mom, and Beast. It was very hard to get over. My ex-boyfriend at the time was telling me it's not that big of a deal. But we literally lost everything, including our home, and had to start all over again. It was a humongous deal. But I'm happy that it happened. And I wouldn't change it either if I could. Because of that happening, as Mom says, everything happens for a reason. And the reason for this was I finally got a re-diagnosis of autism. Because if this never happened, I would have never had a case manager to give me that information. So I finally got a re-diagnosis of autism. Mom's finally getting help for her mental health. Beast is finally happy and has a yard to run around in. And we have a 2-bedroom, well, technically it's a 1-bedroom, but we turned the living room into Mom's room and my room into my room, and then we have a sunroom that we use as a living room. So technically it's 1 bedroom, but we use it as 2 bedrooms because we still have a living room. And also, because of the fact that I was autistic and how I was treated by that cop, they actually told my story to the press. And someone donated a PlayStation 4 to me and a bunch of games. Like, a lot of games. I still haven't played all of them. It's been almost 6 months. And I'm very grateful for that too, because playing video games is how I cope with stress and everything, and that really helped me. So yeah, but I'm grateful that it happened because we actually got the help we needed, and we actually got a 2-bedroom apartment now, and we're more happier than we've ever been. But it still does affect us. All the things we grabbed when we went back, they've been sitting in the storage unit for 6 months. anytime we go to the storage unit to get something, like during Christmas, we went to try to find our Christmas ornaments and stuff because we kept them in the storage unit. We didn't even look for them. As soon as we opened it, we closed it and left. It's had a very lasting impact on us because I think the thing a lot of people don't understand when something like that happens is the traumatic aspect of it. Because now all the things that were there have the memory of the day we were kicked out. And the memory of when all the electricity was off and we had to go in November and we had a couple of minutes to grab what we wanted and get out. Like, and the day that we lost everything. So it's like, even though we have some of the things from the people who have passed away, it's hard to brain ourselves to even go in the storage unit to get those things and clean them off and bring them here. It's just like, we don't really want to because of the memories, if that makes sense. And even the clothes that Mom got that day, we haven't touched them. We haven't gotten them. They were disinfected and everything by the fire department. Oh, the other thing, we had to take a shower. Do you know how in like movies they have those biohazard showers that are like those white tents and out in the open? We had to take one of those with 100-degree water. Mom actually took it with me because I was terrified. So she went in with me. I took mine first, and then I got out and got dressed, and then she took hers. And someone was holding Beast, that way I wouldn't have a panic attack. And then we took Beast and he got a bath at his boarding place because they were really nice and did it for free. But yeah, I don't think people really realize this, but when you go through something like that, it's just a completely different type of thing. And then all the objects that you had before are very traumatizing. Not traumatizing, but like, you know, they remind you of that. And it makes it very hard to even look at them or anything. And also, the other thing of why I'm telling this story, police really need to be taught how to treat autistics properly. Like, they really need to be taught. Because the way that police officer treated me that day is not okay. Yelling at me to get out is not okay. I get he was doing his job, but they need to be taught, especially because this apartment complex had multiple different people with disabilities and elderly people. It's like, it's not okay that they went around yelling at people and were mean to them like it's our fault. Because it wasn't our fault. Like, it really wasn't our fault. We're not the ones that are supposed to fix the other side of the building that burnt down in 2018. It's not our job to rid the whole place of bugs. Like I said, me and Mom cleaned our apartment and sprayed every single day. A lot of people did that. But a lot of the apartment complex was abandoned. Meaning a lot of it, no one was taking care of. And it's like the cops were acting like it's our fault. And it's like, it wasn't our fault. But people really need to be educated on how to, like, be nice to autistic people, because it's a really big issue, and it's part of the reason why I have this channel, because I have faced a lot of people discriminating against me, a lot of people being mean to me, and everything else just because I'm autistic. So, yeah, but I just thought I would share that story with you guys, because I feel like it's an important part of my life, and I just wanted to share it. So yeah, remember to subscribe and like. Thank you.